Evan Johnson, WAB. Your team, you guys played with a lot of passion, a lot of aggressiveness. What was really the mindset going into today?
I think that the mindset going into today was just like any other game that we've played. I thought that we really came out with great energy, which is what we've been trying to do from the start. Trying to emphasize that it doesn't have to take getting punched in the mouth to have energy and to work hard. So I think it was just a lot of emphasis on coming out strong, and then just building off of the plays that we were making that were good, taking charges or scoring, getting an and one. So I think that just celebrating the little things, I thought we did well, and I thought that was how we, had a lot of passion and a lot of excitement on the good things.
Yeah, I also think our mentality was also to be just very intentional on everything that we do. And I know we wanted to put 4 quarters together, which I think that we did. And just, like I said, being intentional and disciplined and just following what we did in practice all week. And we just knew, things would go in our favor if we stick to the plan. So I think that's kind of what we were all thinking during the game.
Defensively, you guys held them to 39% shooting despite the offensive rebounds. What was an emphasis for you guys defensively?
Rebound, even though we could have did better, but just sticking to what we knew. We went over their stuff a million times in practice, so it just goes back to being intentional and just staying locked in the whole 30-second possession and just trying to limit them scoring, because I know they make it hard for us to score, so we wanted to kind of reciprocate the same energy.
Yeah, we realize we're not going to be the biggest team.
Yeah.
Out of people that we play, there's going to be a lot of bigger girls than us. So I think that just really being intentional about boxing out and finishing the play is something that helps us play together well, because we know that we're not going to be the biggest team every time. So, like I said, just being intentional.
Yeah.
Oh, and I'm sure with the post, you two are both very pivotal in the offense today. How did you guys feel, either personally or just as a team, you were able to find good shots on offense?
I was really proud of us by the way that we all shared the ball, and I feel like every shot that everybody took was confident and it was in rhythm, and even though some of them might not have fallen, I feel like they were good shots that we all took, and I was just proud that I think almost everybody on our roster was able to contribute point-wise, so just sharing the ball and finding an open person or being aggressive when you have a drive or whatever, I thought that we did a great job with that.
Yeah, like Ken said, just sharing the ball and, if you're not open, giving it to your teammate and trusting them that they're going to make the shot. So being unselfish, I think, is when we play our best, not coming down the floor and shooting the first good shot that you think that you're seeing. So just being unselfish and passing the ball and moving it and, trusting your teammates.
Kennedi, you got a lot of points in the paint tonight. Are those points in the paint, your post moves, is that an offensive skill set you value most?
I think I value close buckets because that's the easiest. Honestly, I'd rather work close to the basket and just, get those reps so in the game I'm more confident to shoot those. So I think so, yeah.
Can you guys talk a little bit about some of the struggles down the stretch? I know that maybe the final score doesn't dictate how close the game was for the vast majority of it, but taking that lead in the third quarter, can you talk about some of the areas of improvement, offensively especially in the fourth?
You said offensively?
Yeah.
I think defensively, definitely rebounding, because this is not going to be the only big team that we see. So just keeping that in our pocket and being more intentional about rebounding down the stretch especially, and just being in the right spot at the right time. That way we won't – I know I felt for victim to have stupid fouls down the stretch. Just being in the right spot at the right time, I think is something that we can take away.
Yeah, like Ken said, being in the right spot at the right time. Offensively, just going with tempo every single time. As you're going throughout the game, you get a little bit tired at the end, and it's a little bit harder to be a step over, and you don't think it's important in the moment until afterwards, and you're like, dang, if I did that, we would be in a different position. So like Ken said, with the rebounding, being a step over, and just tempo, just small things.
Yeah, but I'm actually really proud of our team because I think we grew today as a team. We battled all 4 quarters, and for me, a win is a win. Even though we did not win, I think that was a big team win, and that was a big confidence booster for everybody on our team. So
yeah, Coach Bob was talking to us afterwards and said, even if the score doesn't show it, like we really grew today as a team, and this will help us down the stretch, even if it doesn't show it, on the record. So I'm proud of us. We're proud of us.
I was proud of the way that our kids competed. I thought we got off to a better start than we have been the last couple of games. I thought we did a good job responding to Butler's run in the third quarter and battling back and giving us a chance in the fourth quarter. And, a few too many turnovers. And then obviously we need to do a better job of rebounding the basketball. But I thought our effort and our energy and our togetherness was really good.
Evan Johnson, WAB. Your team showed a lot of fight today. Like, what were you most excited about, whether it was a skill set of shooting or just a mentality of the team today?
Oh, definitely the mentality. We got to shoot the ball better. We got to get that 3-point number over 30%, and that's just we shoot too many of them to shoot it less than 30%. So it's certainly something that we can work on. But their mentality and their togetherness, and I thought they were very intentional about what they did. I thought our half-court defense was really good, like probably the best it's been all year. But those 21 offensive rebounds, that still counts. So the guarding was good, and they should be commended for that. But we also then have to be critical of our ability to rebound and figure out a way to try to fix that before we play again.
Mark Goldstein, WAB. Can you talk a little bit more about the offensive rebounds, and the turnovers? How do you plan on minimizing those moving forward?
I think the rebounding, a lot of the rebounds come after we're in some sort of rotation, and I think maybe we're missing some box out responsibilities when we're rotating. And I thought we did a really good job rotating over and helping. We took some charges today, made some nice plays, but it put us in some precarious situations when it came to boxing out, and I think we missed a couple assignments. So that's something that we'll watch. We're fortunate that we got a week off and we play, then we got another week off and we play. It's a good time to try to fix some things, and hopefully we can get that fixed. The turnovers, I think it's a matter of just being a better ball handler, and then we had a lot of kids. Without Monica on the floor, we asked a lot of people to do things that they haven't been asked to do until today, quite frankly. Monica, I think somebody told me she led us in minutes last year, and I think she was leading us in minutes this year. And it's because she does so many things well, and you can just put her in so many spots, and you can play. When Monica's on the floor, you can play whoever you want with her because she can do so many different things. And now we've taken that out of the equation, and we've asked a lot of people to do things that we haven't asked them to do before. So I'm confident that we'll get that number down once we can practice a little bit more and get people in different spots and comfortable doing the things that they can do. I think we're plenty good enough to do it. I think we just need more reps, and this will be a good week to do some of those things.
Coach, I'm sure with the Post, you talked about Butler's run in the third. It felt like the game was very run-heavy throughout. Mm-hmm. When you're on the sideline and you call timeouts, how do you inspire a run from your own team or help diminish a run from the other team?
Basketball, most good basketball games are a game of runs. There were 7 lead chains, 8 ties. Like, that's a good, it was a well-played basketball game that we came out on the wrong end of. And I think you just, you lean on your seniors, and you guys just talked to Kate and Ken. I thought they did a good job of keeping the team together, and you understand that they went on a run, and it's, a 2-minute run is a small part of a 40-minute basketball game, and you just have to understand it's a long game. There's time to change whatever behavior or activity caused the run. There's time to change that and do things better. It was mostly rebounding that we were talking about at those times. And then it gives you a chance to kind of settle down and talk about what you want to do offensively or how you want to guard stuff. We didn't change how we guarded stuff hardly at all tonight, but we did change some of our offensive looks at those timeouts just to do something different and try to create a better shot. And I thought we did a good job executing after timeouts tonight.
Your upperclassmen, Kennedi Watkins, Kate Dennis, really stepped up today. How does their leadership on the court and off the court really affected this team today?
They were great. And I've said this in here before, they're great every day. They got to show their leadership today because it was a game, but they'll do the same thing tomorrow at practice. You know, they'll be one of the first ones there. They'll be one of the last ones to leave. We will practice tomorrow. They'll both stay after and shoot tomorrow. You know, they're just tremendous people, and they have a tremendous respect for their craft, and they work very hard on their craft. And it's part of the reasons why they are the people that they are.
And can you talk a little bit about how the game plan changes as some players get into foul trouble, especially late in the game? I know you have Kennedy foul out. How does that game plan kind of change, especially when you're in a close game trying to make up ground on the scoreboard?
Obviously, there's things that Kennedy does that other people can't do. So you change some of the things that you're doing there. But a large part of it is just the next person coming in and getting that experience. And, you know, tonight it was Danny, and that's a tough thing to do, to come in for Kennedi Watkins with 2 minutes to go. But it's a great experience, and she got that experience tonight. And God forbid it happens again, but if it happens again in January, hopefully she's a little bit more prepared for it. But this game's about experience and learning and trying to become better and better every time you play. And, you know, for us being pretty good in January and then being the best version of us that we can be in March, and that sometimes isn't always a smooth ride. Sometimes there's some pitfalls along the way, and learning from that. And I think this team's done a good job of learning from those situations.
All right, one last question for Coach.
You have a long road trip coming up, 3 long, far away games. What are you most looking forward to for that road trip?
I think just the experience of, again, this is about preparing yourself for MAC play and getting the experience of traveling and how you take care of your bodies when you travel, and how do you eat and sleep and rest and recover. And now you're in different gyms, you're in different cities, you're in a hotel, and just getting that experience. It also is a good time to do some team bonding stuff. It's kind of nice to get out of Athens a little bit when we've been here and we've been practicing and we've been seeing each other, and you see the same things over and over again, to get into a different place and a different environment. And maybe do things that aren't basketball, and just spend some time together, not at practice. We'll be together on the plane and then in the hotel and the bus and all that kind of stuff. But, being able to talk about, hey, how's your family doing? What's your sister up to? Things that, because otherwise we're here in practice, and it's practice, it's class, it's treatment, it's rehab, it's recovery, it's weights, there's always something to do. It gives us a chance to be together without a specific agenda of, we got to get through practice in 90 minutes before whatever happens next. So I think it'll be good for us to kind of grow a little bit, and kind of a nice break just to break the normal routine.
All right, thanks, Coach.
Thank you, Dave.
Yep, thank you, everyone.